What is up, guys? My name is Ian, aka Alp27HD, run a FIFA YouTube channel, and I've been asked by FullTimeDEVILS to come on, talk to you a little bit about the up-and-coming Everton-Man United match at Goodison, talk to you a bit about Moyes and also the Man United team, and a view from a blue, the kind of view from outside of Old Trafford. Starting off with David Moyes, some of you will like him, some of you will hate him as Man United fans. I think the general consensus we seem to be hearing is that Man United fans are behind David Moyes, at least for this season, and maybe into next season, depending on whether funding is provided. As an Everton fan, he came to Goodison, and at the time we were in the bottom halves of the table, we were struggling on the odd relegation battle, and David Moyes brought us to essentially a position where we were finishing consistently in the top half, and most of the time in the top 6 or 7, so cannot criticise him for that. Yes, he was a little bit defensive in his setup, but overall he did good things for Everton on very little money from Ken Wright. He bought well, he sold well, some brilliant signings, some brilliant loans, so can't criticise David Moyes too much for his tenure at Everton. He did very well for us. However, with Martinez coming in, it has opened my eyes to the fact that Moyes took us as far as we could go. I don't think he could break that ceiling, whereas, as you know now, we are vying for 4th place. Don't hate us too much. You guys have had plenty of glory over the past years. It's nice to get a little taste at Goodison, to be perfectly honest with you. So Moyes, can't criticise him too much. Yes, he was a little bit defensive. Yes, I think he took us as far as he could go, but he did wonders at Everton on a little budget. Moving on to the Man United team. Now, what I tend to do, I've got a few notes in front of me. What I tend to do is look at a team and say, of that team, how many of the players would I take? I'm using my team. So if I'm an Evertonian, how many of the Man United team would I want at Goodison Park? And you look at it straight away. Rooney, yes, definitely. It would be nice for the prodigal son to come home. Van Persie, it's Robin Van Persie. What are you going to do when he's on form? He's one of the best in the world. Mata is fantastic. Jones, one of the best centre-backs, a real good, possibly one of the best centre-backs around, and the potential to be pretty much top pile. You've also got De Gea, turned out to be a fantastic goalkeeper. Rocky start, but overall very good goalkeeper. And finally, the youth of Januzaj. What a player. Those runs, the fearless nature of Januzaj makes him a real exciting prospect. A little bit worried that United, middle of the season, relied on a 16, 17-year-old to pull them out the mire on a few occasions. But overall, a fantastic, fantastic player. You then look at the others. Welbeck, he's having a good season. I believe 9 goals in 21 appearances, somewhere along those lines. A lot more goals than last season. So Welbeck is doing okay, but is he fantastic? You also look at Vidic, obviously great centre-back, but going to Inter. You look at Valencia, who I thought, I've seen him on occasion play fantastic, but he seems to be quite inconsistent. Kagawa, I love Kagawa, absolutely thought he was superb in the Bundes, and I was looking at him thinking, Moyes needs to play him in the right position. He needs to play all of these players in the right positions. He also needs to ignore the fact that he's trying to shoehorn Rooney and Van Persie into the same team. Imagine, you've got Rooney, you've got Mata, you've got Kagawa. Look at that game the other week where they won 4-0 or 4-1. Mata got 2 goals, set up that really nice finish, and you look at it and think, yes, United can play well if Moyes plays his best team, not his best individuals, but his best team. And I look at it and think he needs to be a bit braver. He needs to leave either Van Persie or Rooney out and bring them on maybe 60th, 70th minute to really dominate and bring fresh, powerful, world-class legs in those last 20 minutes. You then look at the disappointing players. Young, really, Evra, Cleverly, Carrick is past his best. Giggs, God love Giggs. I think he's fantastic. But you look at the Man United of old, the Scholes, the Beckham, the Ronaldos, the Keanes, the Cantonars. You look at the Pallisters, the Irwins, the Steve Bruces. Real world-class players and playing as a team. And you look at them and think they've got to spend money in the summer. 200 million... 150, 200 million doesn't get you that many good players. So I think that he has to strengthen, and I think that Van Persie and Rooney's goals last season papered over a lot of the cracks. So moving on to this week's fixture, guys. Obviously, Everton are battling for fourth. You will be coming up against a very, very different animal than you have in the past. Everton are on it. They have won 7 in the last 7, and it's the first time they've ever done it in their Premier League era. And they are all over Arsenal like a rash. They want this 4th place. And although we've got City coming up, we've got yourselves, we've got Southampton, we are ready. We want it. And Goodison is like a fortress. We very rarely lose at Goodison. I could see it being 2-1 to Everton, maybe 3-1, maybe 3-2. I can't see United coming to Goodison and beating us. I also can't see Everton dropping the ball too badly. I could see it being another game similar to the Arsenal, although I think that United, when they're on form, can really do Everton some damage. So I'm predicting 2-1 to Everton. All I'm saying is be aware, we are on it. We are desperate for 4th place. We do not want to let it slip. You know, the celebrations after the 3-0 Arsenal and the relief after the Sunderland game means that we are absolutely desperate for Champions League football. We want the money, we want the prestige, and we want the opportunity, especially after the way we crashed out so poorly back in 2004, 2005, or 2005, 2006, when we got in the top 4. We want our chance to prove ourselves. So that are my thoughts. They're my thoughts on United, they're my thoughts on Moyes, and they're my thoughts on the upcoming fixtures. Let me know, or let the Red Devil, Full-Time Devils know in the comments below what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And yeah, thanks very much for having me on. Take care and catch you later.